I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I would like to welcome to the podcast Demonic Miss. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Demonic Miss, and I do a variety of games on stream.
Mm-hmm. What type of games? What type of variety?
Mostly Sims and World of Warcraft, but every once in a while I toss in something else.
So, which version of Sims do you run?
The Sims 4.
Yeah, it that has so many different things now added to it that I imagine if you like The Sims at all, you would have to like The Sims now.
There's a lot.
There's so many things added on. When I played it, it was just the usual way of killing people, but now there's all sorts of new ways, I imagine.
A Sim psychopath. I like to kill my Sims.
Right. Oh yes. As soon as I learned the old take away the ladder in the pool thing, I was like, hey, this is all new. What other ways can I torture them? The rest.
Yeah, they've actually removed that. So now if you remove the ladders in the pools, your Sims can climb out now. So you have to get more creative and build a wall around the pool. Without a gate, because they know how to open up gates now too, apparently.
Well, why would they nerf that of all things? That's part of the fun.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
although you still have the dumb Sims who like to stand there screaming at a fire instead of running outside of the house, so you got that too.
Yeah, that's always fun. Then look at you. Yeah, I know it's there. Do something about it.
Right?
Then they start sipping whatever glass they have. Yeah, and then I'm on fire. How did that happen?
I'm the one who sits back and watches, and I'm like, all right, you see the fire, you can go put it out. Yeah. I'll wait to see what my Sim's gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely. I would put a number of Sims in a room with just terrible personalities, and then have them and then put a bunch of grills in the room, and then see which one burns the rest of them down first. And whoever survives gets to actually have their own house somewhere.
Yep.
I had the Hunger Games going on.
Survivor. I tried the Hunger Games. None of my Sims survived. I had no Sim survival on that one.
There was one guy who used to go on and just had the most outrageous things for his Sims. Like make a bathroom, one bathroom that was just a ridiculous pathway to get to, and there's no way any of them could get to it. And they'd just whine and cry all the way there. These Sims are such crybabies.
Really are.
Yeah. So, what got you involved in content creating in general?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What got you involved in streaming?
I actually started with making YouTube videos, but I started that when because I went to college, and one of my assignments was literally I had to create a YouTube channel. And so I started just uploading my school assignments, and then I just kind of expanded from there. And one person one day, he was like, have you ever thought of trying streaming? And I'm like, well, no. And then after I got a better computer, I went ahead and I gave streaming a shot, and here I am.
Was it real comfortable for you right at the beginning, or did it take a while?
It took a little bit, especially because OBS was a little bit too complex at the time, and they've simplified it a lot.
I can't even imagine jumping in and not not knowing the technology like that and trying to figure out on the fly how to work something like that.
I got used to, because I started out using Bandicam, and so I got used to, like it was just, push one button.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I can start, stop, and pause my video with this one button, but OBS was like I had to change all these settings.
Oh man, and they make it more complicated instead of less complicated. Isn't technology supposed to make it less complicated for us? But,
right?
No. Oh, you young people are always changing things up. Right? I don't know how any of this stuff works. And I have trouble with Audacity, for crying out loud. I don't know what 90% of the program does. There's lots of buttons. I don't know what they do.
I just open up Audacity and it's like, let's push the red button.
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly.
Push the red button, record the voiceover, push the,
yeah.
Stop and be like, all right, there we go. Call it a day.
Yeah. Amazingly, it is pretty close to what I was using in radio right before I left. This was pretty close to what it was like. The editing was a little bit easier in radio, but it's a lot of the features are still there. So I mean, for free, you could do a lot worse. Like you not have anything, it'd be a lot worse. What was your first stream like? What did you do on your first stream?
My first stream, I played World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the first stream I ever did, and I just was kind of leveling up a character.
Mm-hmm. And did you get some folks along for the ride in that first stream?
Probably not at first. It took me a few tries before people actually started, coming in and watching.
Yeah. And coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you started getting that, did you kind of get you feel a little bit of fulfillment and justification for doing it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it mainly because I like the social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So when people were coming back or they were, like interacting with me, I enjoyed that part, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and knowing that there was somebody that you didn't know, probably in another country, waiting for you to come on. Does that hit you every once in a while?
I never actually, I'll be honest with you, I never actually thought about that. It's just more like, hey, I'm, I'm excited because I get to share what I love with other people. And I've also never been one to get discouraged. Like if, even if nobody shows up, if I stream for 3 hours and nobody shows up, I'm still like, okay, I don't allow that to discourage me.
Well, as long as you're enjoying yourself, it's the main thing. I mean,
yeah,
and everything else generally will come along with that. If someone comes in and enjoys your personality and enjoys what you're doing and knows that you're enjoying it, there's a much better chance that they'll stick around and come back for more.
Yeah, that's how I always look at it.
Yeah. And as long as you keep plugging and you're not just throwing stuff out there to throw stuff out there, because the audience will know. Did you watch any VTubers before you started in?
Not really any VTubers, but because I didn't actually start out with VTubing. I started out with no camera, and then I went to Facecam, and then I stopped doing that, and I went to the VTubing and stuff like that. I didn't really watch any right off the bat. I did used to watch like Boogie on YouTube a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I would watch other creators who did like makeup creators. I was never really a big makeup person, but I just loved the energy that people like. There was this one girl that I used to watch called Lita Bear. She did makeup and vlogging, and I loved her energy.
Yeah.
So I just mainly watched people like that.
That's something that's great about this is that you don't necessarily have to do the thing in order to enjoy it. Um,
Yeah.
like I watch people play games all the time that I'll never be able to play because I don't have the hand speed that I did when I was 19, and um, frankly, I don't have the eye speed that I did when I was 19. Watching some of these games move so fast that I can't keep up with it, but I enjoy watching people play it. And card games, you watch somebody do, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh online and or Magic the Gathering. I'll use that one. And I don't
I
know it.
used to watch someone stream Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
all the time, and I'm like, I never played that one. I did play the WoW TCG, but I never played Magic the Gathering. But I would watch the streams.
Mm-hmm.
The streams were pretty cool.
Yeah.
And same with Minecraft. I was never really I couldn't get into Minecraft when I tried it, but I did enjoy watching the streams. I'm like, I wish I could build like that.
Yeah. Yeah. my mud hut died.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. I don't know anything at all about those card games, but watching somebody play and using the strategies and against somebody else, I don't know, that appeals to me somehow. Maybe it's the going back to when I watched football all the time and looked at the linemen play or something. It's all the strategy gets to me. And to see somebody come up with a perfect strategy to halt somebody else's perfect strategy, it's really kind of an advanced version of chess or along those lines where you have certain pieces and you have to move them in a certain way, and try not to make a gigantic mistake, which I would do in chess quite a bit. But with the games that you're playing now, is there something that you haven't been able to put on stream yet that you'd like to?
Nothing specific that I can think of. I've actually kind of sort of taken a break from streaming, but it's because the model that I'm going to be using now, I took a bit of a break because of the holidays and we were taking a trip, and then I was also in the process of upgrading my model from a PNG model to someone new. So I'm excited to bring that back, and I'm hoping to start that within the next couple of weeks to be basically back at streaming and showing everybody my new girl.
Cool. Now, how long did it take for you to come up with the new model? Was it did you draw it out? Did you have somebody else draw it out to your specifications? How did it work?
I wish I was that talented. I actually had someone else do it for me, but it took me, I would say that it took me like 5 or 6 months to find the artist and find one that I was confident wasn't, one of those, because apparently now you have all these scam artists.
Oh yeah.
And so it took me months of and a lot of notes, like, okay, I eventually narrowed it down, and I'd even, like, talk to my boyfriend through the process. It's like, so this is what I like about this person. And there was this one guy who my mind just kept going back to his artwork, and I'm like, you know what? That's who I want. So, and I told the guy to give me a little bit, and I think maybe 2.5 months later, I sent him a message and I said, I'm ready. I've got the money. Let's do this thing.
Yeah. And he did it right?
He did it right. He really brought my image to life. He brought everything that I wanted with her.
That's it.
So I would definitely use him again in the future if I want to do like add-ons or anything for her.
You want to go ahead and shout him out?
Trying to remember how his name. I know him by Arian, but his name is on Twitter was Animarts. I can send you the link to his stuff if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll put it in the description for the video here.
Okay.
Along with the other links we've come up for you.
Yeah. Right.
So, did you talk with him and try to express it that way what you wanted, or did you write it out, or Was it a combination of those and over time? How did you explain it to him?
Um, I had joined some Discord servers, and I was taking a look at some portfolios, and I was like, "Hey, is it possible I can send you a message?" And he told me, he said, "Yeah." And I sent him a message, and I said, "This is what I'm looking for. I'm completely new to this, so I'm also gonna need, maybe like a little bit of help setting her up and everything."
Hmm.
And I was really trying to find someone who could also, who would be willing to send me like, this is how you set her up, someone who could help me with that process too.
Right.
And I was like, "I'll pay extra for the lessons if I need to." And he's like, "No, you're good." And he did everything. I kind of wanted to go with because I had just changed my name to Demonic Mist earlier in the year.
Hmm.
So I kind of wanted to go with something that kind of fit that name and that brand.
Right. Right.
And I told him what my image was, what I was looking for, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I can definitely do that for you."
So when you saw the first renditions, did you fall out of your chair? Were you just stun locked? How did you react?
I was ecstatic. Like I was even he showed me what, because he lives in another country, so the time zone
Hmm.
made it a little difficult sometimes. But I was so ecstatic. I wanted to wake my boyfriend up to show him, but I had to wait. But the first thing I did when my boyfriend woke up was I was like, "Hey, baby, you gotta look at this," because I was really excited.
So it's sitting there over him, waiting like kids on Christmas morning. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yes.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna touch you. Wake up! Wake up! That's cool. It's great. And when you see something like that, really come see that while it certainly was their talent that put it on the computer, it was your vision. And
Yes.
seeing that vision come to life, must have been really amazing for you.
It was. He met the exact image that I said that I wanted, like her look, her style.
Yeah.
So I was really excited.
So how much of Demonic Mists is you?
I would say how much. I would say most all, like most all of it.
Yeah. So it's not really a character, but more like an aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you feel with this, and when we get back started and going, um, do you feel you'll be really comfortable with it once you get started? I mean, it's new and you've been out for a while.
I think I will be.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I'm excited.
yeah. I mean, I can hear it in your voice how excited you are to do it. I mean, you're chomping at the bit, ready to get on there and get started. So when you do,
Hmm.
do you have any big plans for when you come back? Any type of special stream, or are you just gonna, jump out there at everybody?
I think I'm gonna just kind of jump back out there. I'm probably going to when I come back, it's probably going to be with World of Warcraft. It's going to be the first thing I'm going to bring back. And I'm also wanting to do more streaming other games. So like my boyfriend and I wanted to do Smite. There were some other games too that we were going to try to toss in there.
Mm-hmm. Like
So kind of like a couples thing going also.
yeah, yeah. Is he a streamer?
He is a well, he is a streamer. He's streamed a few times, but we need to get some stuff set up for him to be able to stream effectively on a regular basis.
Well, and that might be tough on the old Wi-Fi. Have two people going at the same time, and having the equipment that'll work on.
That's
both.
what good internet's for.
Yeah. Really, if you find that, please let some people know. Or better yet, don't keep it for yourself. So people don't steal it from you.
We have we have pretty decent internet. I can't remember what the download speed or upload speed is, but there's like a bunch of people who use the internet at the exact same time, so we have to have good internet, especially when at least 3 of those are regular gamers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, people don't realize that it's still kind of a finite uh, situation. If we had a situation for a while here at my place where we inherited a really good microwave oven from my wife's parents, but every time we turned it on, the internet shut off. The
Oh,
Wi-Fi shut off because the frequencies they were using it just immediately interrupted everything we were doing, which would be really bad for streaming. If somebody was just heating up some tomato soup or something.
yeah, that would be pretty bad for
Eh. Oh, ravioli break. Sorry, we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Uh, uh, and if you have, and homes now have the internet hooked up to everything. Televisions and remote control devices for your cameras outside. Everything is hooked up to the net. Um, Plus, whoever's next door probably stealing your net right now. Better check your net, folks. Make sure nobody else is on it. Um, and
Yeah, we actually get notifications when someone else is like if someone else even tries to use it, we get notifications.
Has that happened very often?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's
In
always.
our area where I don't think I think stealing internet is the last of someone's ideas.
You never
Besides
know.
that, our neighbor, we've known him so long, he wouldn't have to steal it. He would just come over and be like, "Hey, can I borrow your net?" Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Here's the password.
yeah, yeah. Well, in our
He would do
neighborhood,
the same thing for us.
yeah, in our neighborhood, they just take the computer and sell it, and then come back for
Take the
more.
computer and sell it.
Yeah, and they wouldn't worry about the internet so much. They just take the money. With what you got going on right now, are you when you come back, do you have a different outlook and goals as to what you want to do streaming, or do you have the same goals as when you started with VTubing?
The main goal is that I just I wanna have fun. I don't have a monetary goal. I will say that I would absolutely love to be in a position where, I'm making so much money to where we don't ever have to work
Mm.
and can turn streaming into a full-time thing. I think that would be like an ultimate thing. But um for me it's just more about I just want to have fun. I want to have fun being able to share my games, my what I do in my games with the world,
Mm.
and with other people have who are like-minded, like other World of Warcraft players. Maybe not so much the raiders because I'm not a raider, but I am a casual player. So maybe, that person who doesn't care to watch raids might be like, oh, hey, she's streaming, so let's go watch her level up or, do some special content or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, and if nothing else, I would think that somebody as a casual streamer of World of Warcraft would be a really good ambassador for the game.
Yeah.
Because not everybody who has not played World of Warcraft, both of them out there who haven't given it a try, um, they don't know what's going on with it, and they think it's well, everybody just gets together in a big party and does some, but they don't know how different ways you can play it. And if you're going in as a casual player, you show people that yeah, I don't have to be a part of this giant group to 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 do anything, and maybe leveling up isn't something that's gonna take years off my life. That sort of deal. Um,
Yeah, here, let's watch someone who has like 23 level cap characters and is working on the next one.
yeah, yeah, and enjoying themselves while
Yes.
playing, not necessarily grinding to get that one particular thing that keeps them from a 100% sort of thing. Um,
Yeah.
there's a big difference in that, and the listeners and the watchers will know too, that sort of deal. Nowadays, do you watch any streamers?
not as faithfully as I used to,
Yeah.
but I do watch the occasional stream here and there. Most of the time it's just YouTube, and I'll just like run a YouTube video, or we'll have like a show on. Like earlier we were watching the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so most of the time it's got something like that instead of just a stream in the background.
What would catch your eye on YouTube as you were looking around? Would it be the game they were playing, the model they have, or a combination?
Maybe their energy.
Mm.
Like if they're I'm more apt to watching someone who has most everyone knows Markiplier, and so I would much rather watch someone or listen to someone with his kind of energy that can match my own or his, and it's going to be that's actually going to grab my attention. Some of the people that we tend to run in the background is like Blarg, Wildcat, Markiplier. Markiplier tends to be, the one that we put on most of the time if we don't want to watch YouTube, or if we don't want to like watch Vikings or anything.
Yeah. I watched a lot of his stuff, and I have to say that when he was doing the climbing game, the Bennett Body game, and he went absolutely bonkers berserk. While I felt bad for him, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
One of the things I like about him is his energy. He's got ADHD, and so do I. So it's perfect.
Yeah. So
I tend to watch those kind of streamers.
Do you think, and this is coming from somebody who does not have it, and I don't know what everything is entailed with it, so I'm completely dumb asking this question. Bear with an old man, please. Do you think that having ADHD kind of allows you to be quicker on your reactions while you're streaming?
I think for me, not necessarily, because this is gonna sound stupid. I have to have an extension on Google Chrome in order to actually hear. So if you were to like send a message into my stream chat, you'd hear a little thing that sounds like the MSN sound. That's letting me know, hey, someone just typed in your chat, because I will get completely focused on my game and completely forget that I'm streaming.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I think that's where the ADHD might pose kind of, because like I said, I will hyper focus on what I'm interested in, and as much as I love streaming, I get so wrapped up in I'm doing this quest, I'm doing this, and I forget to check my chat.
Well, I can see that. Well, see, that's yeah. Now you taught me something here, because when the overwhelming, I think, thought of people who don't have ADHD is that it's always people who are able to who switch back and forth between things and not obsess over one thing and stick with it. It's kind of normal. You see somebody portrayed as having ADHD who has no concentration, just one thing, then jumps to another thing real quick. So you'll tend to hyper focus on some things.
Yeah, my hyper focus, it really, like I said, it depends. Now if you've got a math equation in front of me, my brain is all over the place. I'm not going to be focused on that. Mm-hmm. For me, it's more a matter of what am I interested in. If I'm interested in what I'm doing, then I will literally obsess over that. Like, so World of Warcraft actually taught me how to focus, being able to, just kind of sit there, and that reading and playing The Sims tends to be probably the three things you can get me to do where my brain's not going to be all over the place.
So, while some folks have comfort games, you have you have. I guess those would be comfort games for you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, in a way, and
If,
and
if
in
I need a comfort game, I'm probably just gonna load up The Sims if I need a comfort game.
well, yeah. I mean, there's always new ways to torture the poor Sims, um, especially Sims 4, where so many expansions. How many expansions do you have for the Sims?
I am missing the latest one, and then they got a new one coming in a couple of days that I'm also missing. But I guess everyone's missing that one because it's not actually out yet.
If they have it now,
But
then they've done something wrong.
right, um, or they have early access. Lucky
Yes,
people.
yes. So, do
But
they?
yeah, so I'm missing like the newest expansion. Now the last couple of expansions, so I got like the fairies, and then there was another one, business and hobbies, and so the last like 2 or 3 expansions I haven't actually loaded up the game and actually played with. So you can ask me about how playing a vampire is all you want, but ask me about fairies, and I would be like, I have no idea. I have the expansion, but I haven't done anything with the fairies.
So, do all these expansions work together?
They do. They
Oh
work
my
great
God.
together.
Oh wow. So you can have like the first expansion work with the 19th expansion if it comes out to that.
Yes.
Yike. That. Do you have
EA has also made it now to where you can actually go in and disable expansions. So, like, if you're like, I only want to play with this expansion, then you can literally disable all the other expansions
well, that makes
without uninstalling them. And I'm like, that's a great thing
Yeah.
that you can do. It's
Yeah.
complex, and I will probably never do it, but that's a great thing that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, how much is it taking up on your computer right
Um, Let me check.
3/4.
I have no idea.
And
Probably not that much, but let's see here. I have a folder here with the Sims.
I'd be interested to know, and
72 gigabytes.
that's not overwhelming.
That's not so bad when your hard drive is, or excuse me, I'm running it on a 500 gigabyte SSD.
Yeah.
So that's and my SSD only holds World of Warcraft and The Sims. So that's not really that bad.
Well, there you go.
I'm hoping to get a bigger SSD at some point, but
Well, if they come up with more Sim stuff, you'll probably, in a few decades,
I'll probably need one.
You probably
eventually.
probably need a whole thing to go with it.
Yeah.
And that's a you can tell how old I am because I worry about that thing having enough room on the computers. I once had a toaster iMac, and it had 2 games on it, and that was all it could hold. It could not. You couldn't add anything else to it. It would not do anything.
You talk about being old. I remember my dad owning a Commodore 64.
Yeah, I had one too. That was the first computer I bought with my own money.
I remember my dad. He had this little game called Little Computer People, the original Sims, and me and my brother used to sit there and we would tell him, tell Spencer to get the wood. And then one day my dad told us how to shut the game down. And my dad came home from work and Spencer was sick and Spencer was telling my dad how he didn't love him. And my dad said it took hours to fix it.
Oh.
And he was so mad because he was like, I taught you guys how to shut the game down and y'all didn't listen. Of course, we were like, I don't know, like probably 9-10 years old, so
You didn't do it on purpose, did you?
no.
Oh, no. I would have done it on purpose.
I remember my first console was the Atari 2600.
Oh yeah, and people they're still making games for that,
I heard.
Yeah.
I was like, that is crazy.
Well, for the time, I mean, it was the '70s for crying out loud. My first console was a Pong, Sears Pong game. I really wish I still had it actually, because that'd be fun to break out. Because I don't think any of the kids today even know how to play that game. Where's the guns? No guns, just
I
powder.
remember playing Duck Hunt.
Oh yeah, Duck Hunt was fun. Yeah, and I made a friend of mine extremely angry one day because he wanted to challenge me on Duck Hunt, and I was absolutely blowing them away. Just level, I don't even know what level it was, way up in the multi dozens. And he's like, "How are you doing this?" Because I wouldn't even look at the screen, just and they'd be dead. Well, the screen was very small. It was a very small television, and I was way far away from the screen. So my shots were basically taking up the whole screen.
That's funny.
He figured it out, though. He was too smart. Yeah, these games. Well, they used to be able on the old Commodore 64. I could go to the grocery store and find games, like a disc of games full of games for $5. I mean,
oh man,
yeah, and some of them, if you didn't like the games under it, was a couple bucks. Who cares? But some of those games were, pretty good, pretty good. Do you like with the games that you've mentioned? Those are very much corporation games. Have you done a lot with indie games in the past?
I don't think I. Well, I don't know if this counts as an indie game or not, but Microids came out with a series of Dracula games. Now, here's the weird part: if you try to Google Dracula, then Dracula games, you're probably not gonna find the series I'm talking about unless you search one of them by for instance, if you go Dracula 3, Path of the Dragon, then you'll find the exact series I'm talking about, because you'll have to backtrack to find the first one.
Yeah.
But they came out in the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
And it's got a series of 5 games, which I would absolutely love for them to I would love for them to remaster them, and re-release them.
Yeah.
But they I guess that might be the closest to maybe an indie game that I may have done. I don't know if that counts as indie. It's more like I think nowadays it'd be considered abandonware. It's so old.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that's on the Internet Archive or something.
Yeah, so like the first game was Dracula Resurrection, and that came out in 1999 for like the original PlayStation.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
So you can get it on Steam now.
that game
unfortunately, Steam changes some things in it where if you played the original or you're like following like a strategy guide.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, and it's so funny because I did that. I was following a strategy guide, and I'm like, that's what? That's not how that works right here. Well, apparently, and when I did research, the Steam had to change some of the stuff to remove some of the bugs from the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess that kind of makes sense considering it's, abandonware at this point.
Oh, yeah.
It's so old that the company probably was just like, we don't care anymore. Apparently, the company itself is still out.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
And I only just recently discovered that when I was like, wait, they got another game coming? Oh, okay.
But keep hitting him with the I would literally buy this game if you remastered it and put it out where I could play it on the good stuff.
Dracula is one of those point and click adventure type games. So I don't know how to describe it, but it's more like you enter into this room and you talk to these people and you do this. Like you might have to take the rope and tie it onto something.
Oh, it's almost like the old
It's kind
text
of one of
games.
those type of
Yeah,
games.
it's almost like one of the old text games that used to be.
Yeah.
Those ones on the Commodore 64 were were pretty tough to do sometimes. No, pick it up. No, you can't do that. No, go west. No, you can't do that. And for about a half hour, and then you just throw it away,
Yeah.
and then be done with it that way. The It would be interesting to see some of those games come. There was a game for the Commodore 64 called Road War 2000, which I absolutely loved. It was by the same people who did the original Gold Box Dungeons and Dragons games, which also I enjoyed quite a bit. And I really wish somebody would pick that up and do it now. Of course, they'd have to change it to like Road War 2040 or something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but it was a post-apocalyptic type thing, and it was had a little Mad Max in it, and it was you kind of picked it was just a lot of fun, and you can find it now on the Internet Archive, but it doesn't play the same, and it goes way too fast.
Yeah, I've found that a lot of times on the Internet Archive or even on Steam, you have to the reason why I guess the reason why they changed some things is because maybe there was like a bug or something
Yeah,
that could actually prevent the game from being played. I actually ran into that with Dracula 3 Path of the Dragon. I had purchased it and there was a bug so bad that I had to uninstall the entire game and reinstall it. And then I still ran into the same bug, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I will never be able to complete it." Then I found out on Steam I could because it removes that entire portion, and I'm like,
uh,
"Well, that's no fun." But you know what? Okay, fine. I went and I played it on Steam anyway. And it was only like a few bucks on Steam, so it's not like I lost $10 that I spent at Walmart for
yeah,
the Dracula 3.
yeah. Well, I ended up buying. I got into the Fallout series because I had played 1 and 2 when I was much younger, and decided to try 3, 4, and New Vegas. And I got 3 in New Vegas to play, but 4 would not run. And I found out it was because I was running it on a laptop.
Hmm.
It wasn't going to work. So I've purchased the game, but I've never played it.
Yeah, I had that. It was funny. With Diablo, the first two.
Yeah,
I was able to play it on. I was able to play Diablo 2 on my laptop, but not Diablo 1. However, my ex was able to play Diablo 1, but not 2.
oh,
So it was really weird.
yes. I used to be able to do a pretty good Deckard Cain. Sit a while and listen to my stories. It's
I
just,
like Diablo. I I've played 4.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I have the expansion, but I haven't really loaded it up to play the expansion since
yeah.
I got it. So
I got 1 and 2 and played the heck out of it and cheated and all that stuff. I could never beat in 2. I could never beat Diablo with the archer.
hmm.
It just could not
Uh,
get nearly enough damage.
in 2, I got stuck trying to defeat. It was called a fire wing, I
Hmm.
think. It was
Yeah.
one of those fire type bat looking things in one
Oh,
of the dungeons,
yeah,
and I was never able to defeat that.
yeah,
And so I gave up, and for years I didn't play it again until Diablo 3.
yeah, yeah. There's just sometimes it just doesn't. You just don't have the right build for it, but you still have to go through it anyway.
Yeah.
It's so random that um and the necromancer was absolutely useless for me anyway. I mean, maybe folks who know how to do with it, but not me. I was like, raise something and die.
I like the Necromancer, but I'm partial to casters. The Necromancer is probably one of my favorites, but
Well,
but I
that kind of goes with the territory, doesn't it?
yes, but I also love the Wizard.
Yeah. Well, that still, I mean, that's in that. The wizard, like you can get through with, but the of course, the barbarian you smash through everything. get through it that way. And you can really cheat the heck out of that one. Um, so what is your do you have a long-term goal this year? Once you get everything back up, once you're set up with the model and you get the restart going, do you have something in mind by the end of the year?
My long-term goal actually, I would have to say is I would like my YouTube channel to get monetized. I'm close, but I would like to get that monetized and possibly consistent enough in streams to where I can also start getting checks again with Twitch.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think you lost some ground by pausing?
I probably did lose some ground, but I'm also hoping that by coming back with a refresh that um I'm hoping by coming back with a refresh that I'll attract a whole new, like a whole new crowd, a whole new,
Yeah,
some old people gonna come in and maybe some new people, and I'm looking forward to who else might, pop into my streams.
absolutely. Well, I mean, you got a great attitude for it, that's for sure, and obviously you're enjoying yourself. I don't see why this isn't going to work out for you in the way.
I
If you,
think that's the important thing.
yeah,
Enjoying,
if you can figure out a
enjoying
way to make
yourself.
if you can figure out a way to make money off YouTube, that would be nice. But you do the streaming on it, and if you just do the recorded stuff, it's not easy at all
Yeah.
to do that. And folks may ask you, you've got so many up there, how much do you make? I say absolutely nothing. There's it would take a quite a miracle for me to make cent one off of the interviews at this point, but that's just because it's such a niche. But VTubing as a whole is becoming less and less of a niche. I think there's more people that are still to come to start enjoying it. Um, maybe more out of the usual age, but in that area. Um, do you see that the future as there's still a big future left for VTubing?
I do. I see that I think in today's day and age, in today's world, a lot more people kind of sort of pride themselves on I'm having a hard time thinking. I know what the word is, but I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to say it.
Yeah.
But basically the anonymous aspect behind it
Right.
versus where, a lot of people, I remember before I was even doing face cam, people would be like, why don't you ever use your webcam, or your face cam or anything like that. And then when I started that, it's like all of a sudden everybody's starting to do the VTubing thing. And it's like, and then you would literally have people be like, why don't you do a VTube model? And I'm like, so I do think I think that's in the future of it, partly because, now it allows us to, we don't have to worry about if our hair's right or our makeup's right just before we go live, basically.
Yeah, like we used to do in radio, we couldn't care less.
Exactly.
And unless we did what the bosses said, and then if they weren't there, we dressed however we wanted. Or the nighttime news guys who would wear the big blazers and Bermuda shorts on the set, and I know that for a fact.
When I was in high school, one of the things I wanted, like, I had a couple of different things I wanted to do, but one of the things that was on my list of dreams of things that I wanted to do was actually, I wanted to work at a radio station.
Oh,
I wanted to be a radio DJ.
Oh, well, you could have caught the last wave there, and still made it. These days, it's very tough to make any money in local radio. Very tough to get a job
That's what I've heard.
in local radio, and COVID killed off a lot of jobs. And kind of the internet has too, in the fact that you can DJ from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And people do that. The local radio stations here, there's like maybe one disc jockey that lives in town, and everybody else is in different parts of the U.S. Um, and for a local guy like me who got into local radio, that's a little tough to see. But But now at least I can pay one of my bills. So there you go. Every once in a
Yeah,
while.
that works.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna have all the links in the description for the video. It's great to meet you. And I'm glad you're enjoying things here, and I'm looking forward to see how the new you looks online and how things are shape up for you. Please keep in touch, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll have the links in the description for the video. Please follow and see what the Demonic Miss has got going on here in the future. And good look for that re-debut soon. Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.